What's up, everybody? I'm Seth Fowler, like my shirt says, and today we're taking a look at the sneaker releases in the first half of August 2019, and I'm letting you know whether I think each shoe is going to sit on shelves or sell out. If you've never seen my Sit or Sell series before, what we do is we take a look at the notable sneaker releases for the first half or second half of a certain month. I let you guys know what I think about each shoe and whether I think each shoe is going to sell out or sit on shelves. That's about it. Pretty self-explanatory. I do want to mention though, if you haven't already entered my Fear of God 1 giveaway in this green colorway, make sure to do that because the giveaway actually ends on August 1st. Entering the giveaway is mad easy. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel down below, follow me on both Instagram and on Twitter at RealSethFowler, and then go back to the video where this giveaway was first announced, which was the Complex Con vlog. Comment your size, where you're from, and the best social media handle to reach you on. Once you've done all that, you're entered to win, and all the links that you need and the instructions, just in case you forget, are in the description below. But with the giveaway out of the way, let's jump right into I keep hitting my face with this shoe. It's happened every time I film this giveaway part for all the different videos. Let's just get into the video. I'm done with this. Starting things off on August 1st, we've got the Adidas DON Issue 1 Stealth Spider-Man. The overall popularity and performance specs of this sneaker have really taken me by surprise. It was a shoe that I thought was just going to kind of fly under the radar and no one was going to be that excited about. But I was wrong. People love this shoe. And I actually think the Spider-Man theme has something to do with it too. People are huge fans of Spider-Man, and with the Spider-Man movies coming out, it makes a lot of sense. That said, to my knowledge, none of the colorways have really sold out yet. So even though it's a great performance basketball sneaker, it is still a general release. And for that reason, I think this colorway, no matter how good it looks, is gonna sit as well. Next up, we've got another colorway of the Ultra Boost 19, this time around in sort of a white and olive color. I really dig the Adidas Ultra Boost 19. I think it's a very comfortable sneaker. It's probably the most comfortable Ultra Boost, although it doesn't look that great, at least in my opinion. It's unfortunate that the Ultra Boost 19 just isn't as popular as the original Ultra Boost, and I really do think that has a lot to do with aesthetics. It's just not a good looking sneaker. Also, we haven't seen Kanye wear this shoe yet, and maybe if he does, maybe then the Ultra Boost 19 will sell out. But until then, I think this olive colorway is gonna sit. Following that up, we've got 3 different colorways of the Undercover Nike Daybreak collaboration. The colorways dropping on August 1st are navy, yellow, and red, and out of the 3 colorways dropping, I think I'm most drawn to the yellow colorway, which I wouldn't have expected myself to say, but there's something about it. The Undercover Nike Daybreak is a pretty interesting looking shoe, and I think the defining feature of this shoe is the heel counter. That interesting sort of mouth-looking heel counter. It's not a detail that I particularly love, but the other Undercover Nike Daybreak colorways that dropped about a month ago all sold out. So because of that, I'd have to assume that these colorways are probably going to sell out as well. After that, we've got the PG3 in sort of a white, black, and gray colorway. Out of all the PG3s that have dropped so far, I think this one might be my favorite because it's the most wearable and I think it would look really good on court. It's not a mind-blowing sneaker, it's definitely a general release, and the colorway, although clean, is nothing too special, and for that reason, I think it's gonna sit. And then we've got another PG3 in the Lure colorway, which is sort of a bluish green colorway, which I guess is inspired by fishing. It's fine, I don't have a problem with it. If you like fishing, hey, there you go. Paul George's inspiration for this sneaker is obviously fishing, which is one of his biggest hobbies in the off-season. I definitely like storytelling through colorways on basketball sneakers. I think they give it sort of a unique, cool aesthetic. This one though is just not the strongest in my opinion. There's a lot of people who love fishing. Maybe Paul George loves it more than most people. I just feel like if you're gonna make a fishing themed PG3, you could have done it a little bit differently and made it a little bit more crazy. That's just my opinion though. I don't really fish and I'm also not in the NBA, so Paul George has me beaten on all fronts. It's a cool looking sneaker, I just don't see it selling out. Next up, we've got Westbrook's next Why Not 0.2 in the SE City Tour colorway. This shoe is inspired by summer basketball and because of that comes in a primarily white and light gray upper with some bright, colorful accents. It also seems to feature some clear plastic mesh detailing as well, which seems to be pretty popular right now. I don't know how I feel about it on this particular sneaker because I just don't really love the way the 0.2 looks, but it's not a bad looking sneaker, and if you love Russell Westbrook or love this colorway, it's a good way to go. However, like most of the 0.2 colorways, I just don't see this colorway selling out. Then after that, we've got the women's Air Jordan 1 Mid in the Mushroom colorway. This women's Jordan 1 Mid is part of the Mushroom pack, which is a pack that's inspired by mushrooms, as the name would suggest, so it comes in sort of a light tannish brown. I actually don't mind this colorway at all. I think this mushroom inspiration is a little bit weird, but I think the colorway that's resulted from it is actually pretty dope. That said, it is still a mid-top Air Jordan 1, and for whatever reason, those are just nowhere near as popular as high tops, so for that reason, I think this one's gonna sit. Then we've got the second shoe in the women's mushroom pack, that sounds weird to say, the Mushroom Air Jordan 4. This is definitely the strongest shoe in the pack. I actually really like the way this colorway works on the Air Jordan 4. Kinda sucks that it's a women's exclusive Air Jordan 4 because a lot of guys won't be able to get their hands on this, But I think it's one of those shoes that if you like this colorway, no one's gonna be mad at you if you're rocking a pair of women's Jordans. As to whether I think these shoes are gonna sit or sell, I don't think these are gonna be hardcore shelf sitters. Like, I don't think all sizes are gonna be sitting around forever. I do think some of the adult men's sort of sizing probably will sell out, but overall as a whole, I think you shouldn't have too hard of a time finding them. They'll probably be sitting around in stores for a while, so for that reason, I'm gonna give them a sit. And then finally, rounding off August 1st, we've got the Air Jordan 4 Cool Gray. This is the first time this colorway has returned since 2004, and because of that, a lot of people are excited. And I'm sure by now you've probably already seen a bunch of reviews on this shoe because it had an early release on the sneakers app. Now, in all honesty, I probably will not be picking up a pair, even though I really like the way this sneaker looks, because I'm just trying to save money right now for houses and weddings and things like that. And spending $200 on a pair of shoes that I'm not totally sure if I need is just not a smart decision. So I'm probably gonna let these guys go. However, they are still an incredibly popular shoe. Even though these Cool Gray 4s are going to be very popular, I don't think they'll be impossible to find. I think you should be able to walk into a sneaker store on the day of release and be able to pick up your size. However, I definitely suggest if you want a pair of these, go for them earlier rather than later, because even though I don't think they're going to be an instant sellout, I do think they'll sell out probably within the first day. So because of that, I'm going to give these shoes a sell. Moving on to August 2nd, we've got the Nike Zoom Freak coming to America. This shoe is a pretty interesting collaboration because it's a collab between Giannis and also Paramount Pictures, and of course is to honor not only Giannis coming to the United States, but also the movie Coming to America by Paramount. Because of that, the shoe features leopard print detailing and also gold accents, and overall, I think it's one of the best Giannis Freak 1s out there. From a distance, this Freak 1 looks like it just has a standard black upper and then a bright gold Nike swoosh, but once you start to get closer to it, you'll start to notice the leopard print hidden on the upper and also some detailing on the Nike swoosh. These details definitely add another level of dimension to the design and really make it a pretty nice looking sneaker overall. Will this shoe sell out? I'm not totally sure. I thought some of the other Freak 1s would sell out, but they're all kind of sitting. So because of that, even though I think this is probably the most likely to sell out, if one were to sell out, I still kind of think the shoe is going to sit. Next up, we've got a collaboration with Converse and Chinatown Market that features two different sneakers, one a high top and one a low top, and was originally released at ComplexCon last weekend. The first shoe in the collaboration is a multicolor low top Chuck that features colors like pink, purple, blue, and orange. The colorways seem to be split down the middle of the shoe, and because of the colors that were used, it definitely has sort of a fall vibe to it. Even though Chinatown Market is sold at places like Urban Outfitters, it's still a very sought after brand, and I think this low top sneaker is going to be pretty popular. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a sell. The other shoe dropping in this Chinatown Market Converse collaboration is a high top, but unlike the other sneaker, it comes in primarily a white until you hit it with UV light, and then it starts to change color, which is pretty cool. This sneaker is definitely the more sought after out of the two, and I think a lot of people are really excited about this shoe. I gotta admit, that UV color changing feature is pretty cool, and this is probably a sneaker that I will try and go for. That said, I don't think it'll be easy to grab this pair, and I definitely see this high top version selling out. And then finishing off August 2nd, we've got Eric Koston's Air Jordan 1 Low SB in the UNC colorway. Jordan 1 Lows have really become a lot more popular this year, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the Travis Scott collaboration. But this isn't actually Eric Koston's first collab on an Air Jordan 1 this year. We also had the navy blue version with the red Jumpman on the toe. This version, however, is much more true to the standard Air Jordan 1 Low, and pretty much just looks like an Air Jordan 1 High UNC chopped in half. Of course, because it's a Jordan 1 SB, it will have an air unit in the insole, which I think is a cool detail. And it's actually probably one of my favorite Jordan 1 Lows to drop this year. The colorway is really clean. It's an Air Jordan 1. I like Eric Koston. I always picked him in Tony Hawk Pro Skater. And overall, it's a great looking sneaker. Like the other Air Jordan 1 Low SB that dropped this year, I definitely see this colorway selling out. On August 3rd, we've got the Nike Air Barrage in black and white. I don't have much to say about this sneaker. I'm not an Air Barrage guy. It's not something that I would wear, but there's a lot of people out there who are probably nostalgic towards this sneaker and might pick it up. However, I just don't think there's enough of those people out there to really make this general release sneaker sell out. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a sit. And then on August 8th, we've got another singular release with the Adidas Oswego in black with orange accents. The Adidas Oswego is a pretty good looking sneaker, and I think in this black and orange colorway, it's not bad. However, it's nothing special, it's nothing that I really want, and I don't know a lot of people who are that excited about this sneaker. So for that reason, I think it's gonna sit. Then moving on to August 10th, we've got the Nike Air More Up-Tempo in denim. For obvious reasons, this shoe reminds me a lot of the Levi's Air Jordan 4s because they were made of denim as well. And I think the color of denim that they used is very similar. I have nothing against this sneaker, and actually, I read in a GQ in the back of an airline seat last week that all over denim, like all over denim is coming back. Who would have guessed? And hey, if you want to go with that Canadian tuxedo, this shoe is perfect for you. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't hate the way it looks. I like how they use different colored denims to accent different parts of the shoe, like the lettering. I actually think that's a pretty cool detail. But overall, not something that I need. That said, I think the nostalgic hype for the up-tempos has finally passed us by, and for that reason, I think the shoe is gonna sit. After that, we've got the Nike Air Max 97 Sketch. I actually think the concept behind this shoe is really cool. I just don't really like the execution. For me, a well-executed shoe is a shoe that looks good not only up close when you can see all the little details, but also from a distance. And I kind of feel like from a distance, this shoe will just look like a white Air Max 97 with a red line and some smudges. And for that reason, it's just not something I really want to grab. But it does seem like a lot of people do like this concept because the Air Max 1 sketches did sell out. However, in my opinion, I think they were done a little bit better than this one. So because of the success of the Air Max 1 sketches, I guess I'll have to say that this shoe's probably gonna sell as well. And then after that, we've got 5 shoes from the pretty highly anticipated Spongebob and Kyrie collaboration. The first 3 shoes to drop in the collaboration are all Kyrie Fives, and of course they're using the Kyrie flagship model because they're going to use these on the main characters. There's a Spongebob colorway, a Patrick colorway, and a Squidward colorway, and of course all these colorways correspond with the actual colors of the characters in the show. There's a lot of pretty cool little details in each one of these shoes, and from what I've heard, the drop will be relatively limited. And I've got to say, Kyrie has had some of the most out there collaborations of any NBA player. Like, he has cereal collabs, SpongeBob collabs, I'm sure there's more, I just can't think of them, but it's actually pretty cool to see. It reminds me a lot of classic basketball sneakers from Nike from the mid-2000s and late 90s. Because of the fact that this collab is limited, and also because they're using the Kyrie Fives as the base model, I definitely think all 3 of these colorways are going to sell. The other shoes in the collab that are dropping are both Kyrie Low Twos, and of course they're for the supporting characters, Mr. Krabs and Sandy Cheeks. As you would expect, the colorways match up to the characters. I'm sure completionists will feel like they have to grab all 5 shoes in the set, but I just don't think these Kyrie Low Twos are as appealing as the Kyrie Fives, and for that reason, I don't think either of these colorways are going to sell out. And then finally, rounding off the month on August 15th, we've got 3 different colorways of the brand new Nike Joyride. This running shoe seems to be designed for recovery days for beginning runners, even though Nike says that it's for all runners. I just don't really see how that's true. But the most interesting thing about this shoe isn't that, it's the fact that this shoe uses almost a beanbag-like cushioning setup. The Nike Joyride uses these tiny little loose foam pellets that don't actually have an insole, so your foot is right up against them. And apparently it's a weird sensation. I'm really excited to try the shoe, and I'm definitely gonna grab a pair to review. However, I'm not excited about it because it's a good looking sneaker or anything like that. I'm excited because it's a super weird technology. Even though this tech is new and different and they're putting it into new sneakers moving forward, I don't think it's that exciting for a lot of people. So for that reason, I think all 3 of these colorways are probably gonna sit. But now I would love to know your thoughts on the sneaker releases in the first half of August and which ones you're looking forward to most. So make sure to leave those comments in the comment section down below. Of course, don't forget to enter the Air Fear of God 1 giveaway. Once again, the instructions and the links to do so are in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.